welcome y'all, and welcome back to those who are returning. And to those who are used to seeing me on screen, I'm sorry I'm not on screen, but don't worry, I'll be back next week. Just had some issues due to the weather, but you know what it is. So you're getting my little picture up here on the screen. In the meantime, I'm ready to get started. We got some updates today that were new, and they're not that happy. For one, we just learned that Regina King's son, Ian Alexander Jr., died from an apparent suicide, and he was 26 years old. We don't got much information on that, but hopefully we will soon. We also lost Louis Anderson earlier this week. He was 68 years old. And y'all remember Louis Anderson from Coming to America. He worked at McDowell's, and he was working his way up to management. Our hearts and our thoughts and our prayers go out to them. And it's hard out here. It seems like every week we're losing somebody. I'm ready to move on. All right, let's get to the updates. We're going to start with COVID updates and the Omicron, right? Omicron variant. There was a surge and everybody was worried about it, but they're saying that it's easing and that a lot of states are having less cases. So we'll see what happens with that. Also, the government is giving out 400 million free N95 masks. They're going to be available at CVS and Walgreens. So did any of y'all have trouble ordering your COVID test kits? Well, they got a hotline now where you can call, because like when we were trying to order from the website, especially people with apartments, had some difficulty. The number should be on the screen. I'll also put it in the comments just in case you need a copy. I'm ready to get to the headlines. All right, so 2 NYPD officers were shot yesterday. One was killed. The other one is critically wounded and in a Harlem hospital. The one who died was 22-year-old Jason Rivera, and 27-year-old Wilbert Mora is still in the hospital fighting, and we'll try and get updates on that. That's really sad again. Other news in New York, Cardi B is planning to pay for the funeral of the 17 victims of the Bronx fire from last week. That's dope. Y'all know Cardi B is from the Bronx, and she probably felt connected to it. This is just an image of the firefighters in front of the building. Looks like they were putting it out. Here's some other news. In the Gabby Petito case, right? Where they were looking for her body. They closed it. They found both of their bodies, but they closed it. And they said they found a notebook near the location of Brian Laundrie's remains. And they're saying that he basically confessed to killing her and confessed to posting stuff to make it seem like she was still alive. Anyway, let's move on. We got some court cases. So Justin Johnson and Cornelia Smith showed up in court for the first time today. They were the guys who were indicted on in connection to the murder of young Dolph. They were both arraigned together in criminal court today, and they were facing multiple charges, including first-degree murder. They basically declined the court-appointed lawyers or the public defenders because they want to hire their own lawyers. And so the judge just set a new court date, and they'll be back in court on January 28th. And we'll bring you any updates on that. Okay, let's get into sports. So let's start with the NBA. Steph Curry hit his first career buzzer beater to win his game for the Warriors against the Rockets yesterday. And I got some video with some audio.
Checked it. Steph for the win. Yes, sir! His 8th career game winner!
And the final score was 103-105 Warriors. Okay, so Dak Prescott, he's in the news because he had to apologize for some statements he made at a press conference after last week's wildcard game, responding to fans throwing trash during the game. He came on making some statements, and he first said in the press conference that the fans' reaction was sad and then criticized how his teammates were treated. But then a reporter pointed out that the referees were the intended targets. And then he said, oh, okay, credit to them. Credit to them. He apologized. Didn't matter. He still got to pay the fine. Anyway, let's move on to the next topic. You can get free Super Bowl tickets. You want to know how? By donating blood to the Red Cross or from Snoop Dogg. All right, so here's how you get it from Snoop Dogg's Indigo campaign. You can enter the sweepstakes by following the Indigo Instagram account. Then what you do is you post a photo with a bottle of Indigo's gin. And then you tag the brand along with the hashtag Indigo Sweepstakes. And you got to spell it like how they spell it, Indogo with 2 G's. You can get more information online, but then you could win tickets to the Super Bowl from Snoop Dogg. And personally, I think that's kind of dope. Thank you, Snoop Dogg. We need to try that out. Anyway, let's move on to what to watch. So we are going to start with movies, and I'm going to give you the premiere date. So it's just one. Tyler Perry's A Medea Homecoming premieres February 25th on Netflix. But wait a minute. I thought they said that Medea wasn't never coming back and then she was retired. Don't they always do that? Tell you something ain't coming back and then it comes back? Anyway, now for TV, you got Bel-Air. Now this is a new show which is kind of telling the same story that Will Smith told in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but it's not as comedic. It's more dramatic. So this would be like showing like the same information from a dramatic point of view. Oh, we'll see. Let's watch. Snowfall fans, you got Snowfall Season 5 returning February 23rd on FX. And I can't wait to see that. Look at that Damson Idris. You know, we all going to be watching that. Well, everybody who's a fan going to be watching it. And if you ain't, let's get started. Let's move on to celebrities. We got some news about Adele. She had to postpone her Vegas show lineup. She had a residency there. And she says that it was due to delivery delays and staff members who were out with COVID. Isn't this becoming like a thing? Like shows getting canceled or postponed or delayed due to COVID and stuff that's related to COVID. And now it looks like some of this stuff is even related to, the supply chain shortage, because she said she couldn't get certain things delivered that she needed for her show and the show wasn't ready. That's terrible. I'm ready to move on. Okay, so we all know that Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox got engaged last week. But here's the thing. He designed Megan's engagement ring to hurt if it's taken off. So that means if she tries to take it off, it'll be painful to her. Which, what is that about? I mean, is that insecurity? Is that control? What do we think this is? Also, now, Pete Davidson hired extra security after Kanye's song Easy was released. And in the song lyrics, he says something about he has to beat Pete Davidson's ass. But not that he thinks Kanye is going to beat his ass. But you know how fans do when they hear songs and they try to retaliate. So they're just concerned about that. Now, this is actually not related to celebrities or anything like that, but Walmart actually plans to create its own cryptocurrency and a collection of its own NFTs. And those are supposed to be made available to consumers. And I don't know. How do you do it? I still don't know how it works. Hopefully they'll give like a whole bunch of instructions on that. I'm waiting for Meta to come out and tell us how to use that too. But anyway, that's all I got. I just want to bring y'all something this week. Thank y'all again for coming back. I'm going to see y'all next week with all the updates. Bye.